Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Game Testing Unlimited. My name is Wilfred. So this game is Slormancer, just released from the early access very recently. It has been on early access for about 4 years plus. It's in my radar, but I've not really got into it until I want to see a game coming out from the early access. So here we are. Now in this video, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of just an intro demo on what this game is from the kind of like game loop perspective, and then I'll play a little bit of the game as well using my controller and give you a feel of how this game plays like. So if you are familiar with Chronicon, which is also a feature in this channel, it is a pixel art aRPG, very much similar, and is inspired by, I believe it's more towards the Diablo 3, just like Chronicon, and I'll show you in just a bit how similar the two games are in a sense. And but this game innovates in several ways that make it more interesting, more in depth, and just make it more like a build variety. So again, I'm going to go into sort of go through a little bit of detail there. But if you enjoy games like Chronicon, pixel art, if you don't mind the pixel art kind of game, I think this one is pretty solid. I like it a lot. It definitely, I wouldn't say it beat the modern kind of aRPG. Some people enjoy this one better than, say, Diablo 4 or Path of Exile 2 or Last Epoch. I think, I don't want to put it like, such a high expectation. I think you enjoy a lot given the price point as well. Now, let's get into it. The game itself is very friendly in terms of all these all these stats, right? Are very intuitive. They give you the meaning behind it. And if you play games like Marvel Heroes, you remember last time you have crit, strike, chance, and then you have the brutal strike chance. So this one is ancestor strike chance, which is the crit of crit. So it's very much like, if you enjoy Marvel Heroes in the past, it's sort of like a home. And when it comes to brutal strike, there are a lot of interesting things that come in the picture. But all in all, you can read up on all this description and tell you very clearly what each one of those kind of like stats mean. So it's very, very intuitive. So there's a character kind of sheet there. It does have a gear. You can see all the gears here. Now some of them are legendary, like this one here. It has the legendary taxi ultimatum gain plus 3%, which is this slot here, by the way. And some of them could be like when I use primary skill, I have a chance to cast an axe, or in this case, I can summon a skeleton as well. Now the item has a level, and but then you can also craft it to reinforce it to make it like a higher level. So you can see a reinforced level of this guy is a plus 8. So it kind of like, although you may not find the same gear as you level up, but you can always upgrade your gear to be relevant to the content you play. So I thought it's pretty cool. Now, of course, I can imagine once you get to end game, you want to get as high as possible, and then you can reinforce it even better. But still, you can use some of this gear that you enjoy having and continue to build upon that. So I think that's really cool. I'm not going to go through all the gear slot here. It's very much like many other games. So ultimatum is, some have relics, what other kind of additional slot item. These are something that is more from end game farming perspective. And the very interesting thing about the Slormancer is the weapon itself. So now you can see the weapon here, and the weapon actually level up. Now, not only that, you can evolve as well. You play, a Japanese aRPG game. Very much they evolve the weapon. So what do I mean by that? So initially I have this like Staff of the Wicked Snare, because I play the projectile build. So additional chance for projectile is always good. So then it evolved into this guy here that give you an additional extra kind of like property there. And some of them, there are many weapons out there. You can freely swap into any weapon that you want and level them up, and to sort of like to see which one get evolved into what, right? So there are many weapons you can play. Many different kind of like style depending on the build that is relevant to you. Like I said, I mean, for me, because projectile is one thing that I'm doing, so that's what I do. The second thing that interesting about this thing is that, I mean, there's a lot of other things that you can do with it, but just an intro, you can see the by Adrian. So this is affinity, and is a level 5 affinity. Now what do I mean by that? Some of them is by Astorius, some of them is by Astorius, and some of that is by Fulgurum. and you know, you can go by, you know, Hagen and by you know, this guy here, and so on and so forth. So the affiliation is in a way, let me just find one that is this is also by Adrian. So I think the design of this weapon is that there's a certain common theme to it. You may swap between the different kind of affinity, and later on you will see you can level affinity as well using some of this material that you find. So that is a weapon bits of it, and you can, there are 3 classes, so you can have other kind of like, you know, bow, or you can have the sword as well. You can kind of exchange one to the other. It's very interesting. Then you have the character attribute, just like Chronicon and many other aRPG. You have different kind of like you know, unlock against the attribute, and then you can get certain thing that kind of makes sense to your build, and so on. You can pick up things that you want. You can push all the way high up or not, so it's entirely up to you. But there's a lot of things you could explore here. And I'm just going really fast. From a skill-wise point of view, I'm playing a mage, and the mage has 8 skills to start with. I mean, these are all the 8 skills, be it as the arcane missile, ray of obliteration, which is really cool. It's like disintegration. I use that. The really cool thing is that some of them is like, you know, they have this, like, you know, very much like Diablo 3 if you play the disintegration. Then they have bolt smash and rift nova, whatever. So in the end, I've settled on the arcane bridge as well as the orb of the arcane master. Not that I really enjoy it, but I thought it's quite powerful. But it required me to position the firing a little bit, and I have to kind of like trade off stats between the cooldown reduction versus the armor or sort of like resistance and so on. So you'll probably deep dive into it a little bit. You realize that sometimes the build is not as simple. There's a lot of stats that you need to juggle as well. But in the end, I choose these 2. You'll see in just a bit. They are all arcane. Projectile as well, so these are 2 skills. And then you have 3 specialization. Can be either this one here, you can have a devoted scholar, or it can be an arcane commander. Each one of them come with its own kind of set of power, like this one here and this one here. This is more like a teleport, and each of them you can specialize into different things. Like this one, I can have you know, kind of like mana regeneration. I can have the gain life from life leech and life on hit or whatever. You gain the same amount of mana whatsoever. You can pick any of them. So each tier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you can only pick one of them, which I think is fair game. It's not at all obvious. By the way, I level up thinking that I can have everything, but you would never tell me that you can't. It's just that you see this little golden kind of circle here. It's called equip. So you can equip and unequip to make it you know, which one you want. So these are the build that you can have. I settled on this one. You'll see in action in just a bit. But interestingly, all of them, like for example, they have different options. Like, you know, you either have additional crit for the orb of arcane, or you can have the you know, create a clone to do the orb by the clone itself. So you can have clones just like the Diablo 3 or other good games, I guess. There are many options here. Like for example, this one gives you additional projectile and so on. And if you don't like, you can have it like, you know, maybe you should do something like a lower cooldown timer as well. So, and this one will synergize with arcane barrier and so on. So arcane barrier, yeah. So one of these guys, I can't remember which one is it, but yeah. So there are many things that you can play around with as well. Arcane barrier is I think, yeah, this one I can't remember. But anyway, so these are a lot of things that you can do. And the other thing is that this is the ancestral legacy, which is something here like this. Now the story will give you, so basically you have to connect the nodes here. If you take away the node, then of course the whole thing will get kind of disconnected, and you can't use all these things. So these are, at first it's kind of like quite overwhelming, but I think, I never read any guide by the way, so I think it's really geared towards a few notes here. Like this note here is giving you the eyes kind of thing, and this note is giving you a little bit of like lightning kind of theme. This one is giving you a little bit of like shield, globe kind of like survivability. The note leading up to it is a lot of like life note, if I remember. You have a shield and you have like a life as well. So if you like to be more defensive, you go this route. And this one is more a shadow, I think. Yep, this is a more shadow. The one I choose is more like fire. Why I choose fire, I don't know. I just feel like it for the time being, because I just feel like it. And you could wrap around yourself here as well, but I kind of like to explore all the way up. So what do I have? I have the raw damage, damage to elite and life regen. I think it's quite helpful, useful. I have something called the buff my elemental damage, which I think is also quite helpful as well, both in terms of the raw stat as well as the percentage. Then I have something like this one, the create fireball. It's only when you do a brutal strike in a Marvel Heroes term or ancestral strike in this term. So since I have some Slorm, may as well just upgrade it. Let me see, I think enough to get 10 of them, very good, 13 fireballs. Then I can have things like the now my skill imbue with fire, but then it costs mana as well, so it make your spell a little bit more expensive. I can do a bit of since I have extra, may as well burn some of these things. And you can, this one is basically the burn. You can burn the target, step up to 7 times, and ultimately you can deal additional damage when you're near the hit source. Hit source are what? Blah 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 blah, so on. So this is the one that I have got. I think the story will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of this stone, but there are end game can earn another kind of 3 more, I think. So here is the end game. Then you can say that if you complete this task here, you get 1 extra one. If you complete this one, you get another one, and complete this one, you get another one. And for what reason? Well, there's a big boss somehow behind the scene here. I think behind somewhere here, there's a big boss over some of these places. I can't remember where is it. So that's cool. Now in terms of crafter and what have you, if you play Chronicon, you know that you can get all the mastery point back and so on. Same as this guy. You can get all the skill or mastery, and the no, I don't want to. No, okay. So unlike games like Last Epoch and some of the game like Path of Exile, it's very, very punishing for you to can't reset your skill. If you make a mistake, you want to experiment something. Here you can reset all the skill, you can reset all the mastery, or you can just go into the here and just remove it one by one. You can just down here, up here. Very, very flexible. No kind of penalty whatsoever. If you play Diablo 3, or Chronicon as well, there's also an armory, so you can have different kind of armory to save your build. So this one could be this build here. Maybe I want to do a bit of the rate of obliteration or disintegration. Then I can do another build here and store some of this gear that I have here as well. So it's very flexible that you can restore and just like Diablo 3 really. And there are stash here, share stash. You can have many of them. Or you can have the stash that is just for legendary. This is quite cool. So what it means is that this one here is just strictly for legendary. I can see that I don't really have that many legendary, but and you can only save 1 copy. So I think what you want to do is save the best copy that you have. Is what I think this game is geared towards. Now, going to the vendor itself, quickly. So this one is the reinforced weapon. So you could go and say, for example, I take a look at this weapon here, and I say that I want to change the I will change the stat here. I want to change. I don't want the armor elemental resistance. I want something else like life or evasion. You can pick as well. You can choose a lot certain kind of attributes so that's not to get re-rolled. You can also reforge it, meaning that you're going to roll it towards the higher end of the spectrum. So from 264 to 377, you may want to say I'm going to roll a higher raw damage, for example. You can do that with the material and so on and so forth. You can even add kind of legendary. Add stats to it as well, and so on. You can add, for example, Reaper stats or Mastery stat, right? So it's totally very, very flexible. Now, I'm not doing that right now because I haven't figured out what the build is, so I don't want to do too many crazy things. But here's the one that you could do a lot of things that that you can you can do salvaging as well, and so on. And so on and so forth. Okay. Now then what else do I want to show you? Yes, besides being able to kind of reforge your weapon to the range, to the stat that you want, you can also upgrade the weapon. Like I said before, you can say, for example, this is a level 3. You say reinforced level +3, so you can say +3 here, and then you can go to your kind of things here, all the mats. You can say this one here. If I put here, I may have a crit reinforce or double reinforce. Or you can put like a very expensive one here, like for example, then they have a better chance to crit it as well. But of course, why would I want to do that? You know, it's not that I have a lot of material, so you can do a lot of reinforcement here. It's already 8. I don't have any material for 9. This one is 8 or so. That is fine. This one is 5, so I can do a 5 here. The mouse is a lot faster when it comes to crafting and all. The controller is better when it comes to gaming itself. So I will switch accordingly. Now then, there's something a very end game. This guy here, which is to do with the end game currency that you earn through the Greater Rift, believe it or not, Rift and Greater Rift and whatever. So you can use it to up the kind of like, you know, stats here, or more interestingly, the ultimatum. These are all the stats here. You can pick any of one of them. You can actually earn more XP, or you can move faster. You can change it like that. Which is fine, but I want to earn more XP for now. And then you can also go and upgrade all your kind of like this sort of ultimatum as well, so it's quite flexible and so on. And you can also, you know, do a lot of many other things as well. Now, last but not the least is this guy here, and this guy here is to do with the crafting as well. So there is something very, very unique to this game. I have not seen anything like this before. So now this is a weapon. You can see a lot of like, you know, stats and set up as it is. But what if you want to further customize it with different kind of like combination of condition and consequences? So what do I mean by that? You can have additional kind of activation, right? Say that once you kill a certain number of enemy, you trigger your effect rune. So this is the activation rune. That is a condition. Now, you could say that, well, I don't want to sort of like go by number of enemy. You can go by the amount of seconds you spend in combat. So every half a minute, they would automatically fire off something, for example, right? And what will they fire off? Like, because of my build, I want projectile, so I have extra 2.2 additional projectile, and this effect lasts 11.6. So right now I have 10 projectile, so you add another 2 there, become 12 projectiles, so cool thing. And then you can further enhance is that when you trigger effect number 1, which is more projectile, it will randomly trigger effect number 2, which is a chance to do it. So, and you have a chance to trigger your own as well. So it's kind of interesting. And there are many to choose from. I haven't unlocked everything yet, but each one of them can also be crafted as well, can be upgraded. So like, for example, this one here, if you, like this one is 75.2, you can upgrade this guy, and then it will go lower and lower, right? Minus 1.6 per level and so on. You can also go for affinity of your whatever weapon is called. It's called the Reaper. So the right now it's 5. You can choose other affinity as well, but I don't do that because I don't use that sort of weapon. But if I do find one, then I may want to do it. Ultimately, you can also collect a lot of this kind of material to unlock this awesome Storm Reaper as well. This Storm Reaper has all these very interesting kind of stats here. So I don't know, man, this is like the ultimate kind of weapon that you can get unlocked by playing the game. It's a lot of grinding. Now, so with that said, let's just this is part 2 of the video, and I am going to play the game with the controller. Okay, so now what kind of ability do I have? I can do teleport here. Very nice, right? And I can do like a fireball that you see just now. Oops. So I can see a fireball that you see just now, right? It bounces a little bit. I can also create like I can create like a bridge here, right? That does its own like sucking all the enemy inside as well. So it's quite kind of interesting. Last but not the least, because of my kind of like glove, I can summon the skeleton kind of like army here. Alright, so now without further ado, what does the end game look like? Look like something like this, right? So you have something called Battlefield. Battlefield in a Diablo 3 kind of context, these are like the normal rift. The main reason for you to do that is to farm things like the Elder Slorm, which is the one of the currency for you to do something called the Slorm Temple, as well as the Great Forge. Both will require, see that both will require a certain amount of like Slorm to do it. Now the difference between the two, right? So this is very much like you try to kind of like go through the different kind of like go through a different kind of area to complete the floor, and this one, the next one, is that you just survive as long as you can. They give you different rewards as well. So let me just start with the rift here. The normal rift here, or so-called battlefield. Now you can do a different route as a Torment. I mean, basically it's Torment 2 right now. You can do Torment 3. I can actually do Torment 3, but there's a chance that I may not make it. So I just want to stick with 2 right now. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn this game. So let's just go in, right? So now the idea is that these are the breaches, this one here. So you need to clear the mobs, and then after that you can actually close the rift itself. You see that once you destroy all the enemy in the rift itself, the breach they call it. Sorry. Yeah, so there are some kind of like the green dot is the one that you need to close. So there's a cooldown to it. It's not that I can just keep spamming in a way. So you can do that, and yeah. But I do have a bit of like cooldown reduction. So some of them is multiple waves. Yeah, and so this is the elite there. You can get the Storm. Sometimes when it comes to the edge of the screen, I always find it a bit hard to see where I am. The problem with this game, I think, at least to me, my initial take is that it's just somehow very difficult to see myself. That's one thing. But there's a fair bit of stun as well for this map. Ooh, I got a new achievement. And by the way, you can go to the next one as well. You can go to the next one, and then this weakness everything down. Yeah, this build is not very fantastic for single target. It's more for multiple target. Then it's quite nice to delete the screen because of the projectile, but each projectile is not that strong. Why is there so many elite here? It's really interesting. Yeah, so basically you can just like normal rift, you can go one by one, one floor by one floor, and okay, so let's see. I get some kind of Elder Storm. This is the next floor, so it's just like D3 really, just going from one floor to the other. The progress is really the number of rifts that you have closed, but it's like, a pixel art. Yeah, so that is what I do. And sometimes I like to just open up a few at the same time. But like I say, sometimes it's very hard to see where I am, really. That's my problem. I've got another build that uses the ray of obliteration. It's so much easier to see where I am because I can see the ray. It kind of like fill up the entire screen. It's also very fun, but I don't find that strong. It's just the mobility itself. Okay, so it's a bit like Ball Lightning if you play other aRPG. I probably need to improve my cooldown reduction to make it more spammable. So right now it's not too spammable. And one of this map would be boss as well. So this guy, you have to go inside the dome to damage him. We got a protective kind of shield. I just can't see where I am. Like I said, that's the problem. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, in the thick of the moment. Yep, that's done. Yeah, so if you have a pretty good DPS, then it does reward you as well. You see that I think this map has some sort of like negative condition, and it slowed me down a little bit. So normally it's not as slow as this. So I'm hoping to see a boss soon, but let me just quickly go up here. Yeah, now it's more like it. I quite like this kind of like battlefield, whatever they call it. Okay, let's just go to the next one here. Do a bit of teleporting. I think next one should be yep, this is a boss time. Sometimes they're quite painful. So this build is quite good at deleting mobs. You can hide behind your mob as well if you want. Just have to resummon them as they come by. You see, this boss is quite strong. What is this? This is only a Wrath 2, I think. I'm sure when I get better gear and better build, it will be much faster. So it's done. You can collect all the loot, and I think this thing is the one that always annoys it. When you get hit, you slow down a little bit, you know, or you see you get slowed down. But you can head home, so that's done. You don't have to keep going. You can if you want. So that is done here. You can take a look at the loot that you have, like this one here. And I say, no. Okay, so now then the next bit I want to showcase to you is called the Slorm Temple. I'm not going to do 29. It's just a bit crazy, and maybe I just do a 20 here. Just one of those greater rift level. So let's do this one here. Should be quite fast and easy. Not going to do it too. So this one here, there's a time limit. You have to get it done, kind of like, you know, within a time limit here. Sometimes some wave is better than other, so that is done. So yeah, that thing is a pure Slorm, and that is the thing that you're farming. So like this is actually quite fast, this one here. So that's done. Once it's done, then open up new area. But then they also have a defense kind of like mechanism. You can see the floor is getting heat up, just like the butcher fight in Diablo 3. And try not to touch those things. Can be quite harmful. You can resummon the skeleton, and then after that, you have to do it fast. Oops, I got it wrong. You have to do it fast though, because there's a time limit to it. Yeah, just now I was walking a bit too slow towards the other end, so let's see. I think it's the last one. See the red tabs, this means that it's Voodoo Strike or Ancestral Strike. Last one, I think. Still have more to come. And it's 4 seconds. Yeah, sometimes some of the spawn is better. This spawn is not the best I can have. Ooh, there's still more. So now so what happened is that because I can't get it done in time. I get it time. 1 second to go. 1.77. So I pick up this guy. So I got pure Slorm, and then you can use it to purchase something. For example, you can have better find, or you can like level up this guy maybe. For example, I want to kind of like craft this guy a little bit. I can level this guy with yep. So it's level. It went up to another. Now it's 50% XP bonus, and so on and so forth. Yeah, you can continue, or you can say just head home. Like, so I'm done with it. So the next one I'm going to showcase to you is the. So that wasn't my finest moment, by the way. I've done it much better than that. But it depends on whether it kind of spawn over the map and make my build a little bit struggle a little bit. But the what's the next one I want to show you? The next one is a Great Forge. Also very fun. I can do a raft 2. I think that is fine. So now this one is that I have to kind of like do waves after waves after wave in order to, and I can pick what wave I want. Wave after wave in order to find the boss. So the boss will drop something quite interesting for me. So, but this one, unlike the other one, no time limit, so you can get a little bit more leisure. You just need to make sure that you don't kind of like get defeated. And this guy, you need to stay inside. It's red in color because I burned them, by the way, just in case you wonder why it's red in color. Yeah, it's a raft too. It's a bit like, you know, if you play Warhammer 40,000 into the Martyr, it's a bit like the Unholy Cathedral, different wave from different area. You can then pick another one, which kind of like reward you want to do, maybe slippery, that's fine, the road is a bit slippery. Yeah, like if they bunch up together, it's very nice for my build, because it's just so much faster, you see that. So it really depends on whether they bunch up together or not. And so look at that, man, it's beautiful. And they're both together at the same place, so alright, so that is done. Next one, enemy have increased damage, have this one, or the maximum life, whichever is fine. Yeah, red means that they're burned, by the way. Yeah. So the I think it's a bit slippery here. Next one. So whenever you see a sage leader spawn chance plus 5%, go for it. Because at the end of the day, I want the sage leader to come out as soon as I can. That's the whole farming about. So other than that, it's very enjoyable. See, these are all elite there. You have to resummon your skeleton archer once in a while. The bull head is no good, it will slow you down, by the way. So this is summoned by this little fellow here. Okay, next one. Enemy have additional projectile, whatever. I think whichever is fine, man. You have to eat some of these like difficulties anyway. So, but some of them is quite harmful if combined together. So you try not to combine some of these together. Like there's one that is a little bit at Diablo 4, you'll get into a doom. But then there's also a huge fireball chasing after you, so you don't want that, because you need to be a little bit mobile. This one, I say, you have to. Yeah, I've a fair bit of life leech as well, so I'm quite okay. Increase size. This one here, another one. Yeah, try to avoid the bull head if you can. Yeah, I mean, I just started playing this game, man. It's by no means I'm expert in it. For sure, it just started like I got rooted. It's only about 30 hours plus in this game. So 30 hours is still a baby, right? In the aRPG timeline perspective. So next one, yeah, blah, blah, blah. 3 waves elemental resistant again. Yeah, I don't think the boss will come out so soon. Usually it's a wave 20. So far from what I've seen, wave 20 is when the boss will come out. So it's not too soon. I think it's random. Have to be careful a little bit. One more here. I think all my archer is gone. Okay, another round. It's a shadow, apply shadow confusion. I seldom take this one. Let me see what this one looks like. I hope it's not too bad now. Oh wow, that is a shadow confusion. Do a bit of like hiding around. Yep. There you go. It's recording live, so whatever it is, however well, not well, it is what it is. Alright, that's done. Next wave. I can have the this is fine. I'm happy with the slippery thingy. It's not really my problem because I keep moving anyway. What is this, man? Oh, almost done, almost done. Oh, all my archers gone. Okay, next bit. I have lesser life, whatever, mana regen. This one is the one that is a little bit like Diablo 4. That you get inside the Doom. Or you get... Oh! The leader is here! Oh my god! That is bad because I picked one that I have to... You have to get out from there, the Doom. You have to get in the Doom. Where is my archer? I think I ate the Doom. Oh my goodness. So there's two helper. You have to there's a Doom. You have to get in the Doom. Yep. Okay. Commander is down. Just 2 of his lieutenant. Get into the Doom. Just like the D4, man, that bits of it. So that is done. After that, you have as well deserved break, and that you can have the either effect. This is enhancement rune. So whenever you kill an elite enemy while your effect rune is not active, you get an enhanced rune stack up to 3 whenever you trigger the effect rune. Over time, effect has whatever. Increased duration, trigger, have chance to trigger again, blah blah blah. Quite a good enhancement. Oh, this is interesting. This is an effect. You have 1.5% movement speed. The cooldown of your skill is reduced by 1% every time you walk 1 yard. And this effect lasts kind of like 8 seconds. Interesting cooldown reduction. The last one is also an effect rune. You summon a skeleton squire up to 1+1 every 5 level. Then basically you just get a necromancer kind of army thingy. I think I would I'll go for this one here. Cool, done. And And after that, you can open up the chest here as well. You can continue, of course. You can open the war chest with all this kind of material. Very good. Hey, open. Done. Wave 10, I get all of this. Quite good. Usually I have to do wave 20 to get there. But yeah, these are the stash as well. If too much loot, then go back to the stash. And that is at home. So I hope you enjoy this not too short video. But I hope I also showcase some of these kind of interesting things for you to see. Like I say, I mean, this build is just one of those random ones that I picked when I experiment different kind of like a weapon. But by no means this is the best build. I'm still trying to find out, you know, what other thing I can combine and have fun with. But thank you very much for watching this video. If you also have played this game, have some thought to share, do feel free to drop in the comment box below. And before I go, yes, look at this, man. This is achievement as well. Look at this. Very much like Diablo 3, isn't it? I mean, all this achievement is just like Diablo 3. So yeah, it's just like that, man. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.